There's a problem with my ceiling. I think your house is about to give birth to a whole new floor. You may want to move your monitor. Accidentally left my car unlocked. And when I came back, I found a bunch of plastic babies. If you put them in a glass of water, they'll grow to the size of actual babies. My dad bought this watermelon. Meter melon. The only fruit for alpha males. Although I have heard grilled watermelon is like a thing, so I don't know. What is the explanation behind this image? I don't see any explanations behind the image. Those are trees. And I assume this is what happens when somebody's had enough of working help desk, but still likes computers. I'd rather work there than an office. But the insects and rain are annoying. Yeah, I'm with you on the insects. I hate them. The office is annoying. People or insects. Found this left outside the local Olive Garden. None of the employees know what happened, but it looks deliberately placed. Is it supposed to be lock, stock, and barrel, or lock, shock, and whatever that was from Nightmare? Also now I want Olive Garden. Dang it! Possible memorial for someone who died in that spot. Imagine biting it outside of the entrance to an Olive Garden. You've just eaten your weight in Parmigiana, and you're waddling out the door and into the street, loosening your belt, and then bam! Someone rips your Nightmare Before Christmas mask and all your clothes right off you. If you get killed in an Olive Garden parking lot, that crap was definitely your fault. Look, Olive Garden is not Italian food, but if my cause of death was Olive Garden, I would not be complaining. That's all I'm gonna say. You can put it on the death certificate. Cause of death, breadsticks. How does one wear this? Oh, that is a Russian bear hunting suit. I assume you would need help to put it on. But this guy has a better idea with a sign saying free hugs. My friend found this sign in a cabin, which freaks me out. Any idea? Do not open the attic under any circumstances, especially if the light is on. This is very important. I checked the outside of the house for a stairwell because sounds like you got an upstairs neighbor. I discovered a sweet potato at work. Oh, sweet potato. I'm sorry, I just read that as a really sweet potato. Like, it was amazing. Let's try that again. I discovered a sweet potato at work with an ear. That is not a sweet potato. This has gone horribly off the rails. Dear God, found this gummy in the bag. Looks nothing like the rest. Could anyone explain? Sour. Actually, I wonder if that's like a sizing mold or something, like a test mold to calibrate the machine, but that is a Haribo wine gum. Not sure how it got in the wrong bag though. Okay, I've had a lot of Haribo. Which was this? You like twin snakes? Really? Okay, all right, fine. There are reds in Twin Snakes, so maybe all the red ones are produced in the same area and then funneled to packaging, maybe? It would make sense to make all of one color or one flavor in one location and just have all the molds there. Yo, why is there light coming from my drink? We've seen this before. Is it still going on? Cause I would run by now. I don't know how this is even possible. Loudest fart ever recorded. This is such a 2 a.m. thought. The loudest fart in the world was recorded at 118.1 decibels. It happened on May 11th, 1972 in Flint, Michigan by a man named Paul Hunn. The fart lasted for 2 minutes and 42 seconds. I have so many questions. Who was sitting there with a decibel meter? They're like, oh, this is the one, Paul, I can feel it. However, they were incorrect. They couldn't feel it, but Paul could. That volume and that duration is mind-blowing. Butt-blowing. Guess I've had too much caffeine. I thought this lady was a Muppet. I've had too much caffeine too, because in my opinion, this is kind of weird. I took this picture last year at my backyard. Are there any explanations? Yeah, these are actually fairly common, I think. It's like the way that the mushrooms dissipate. I don't freaking know squidgy science, you know this. But they call that a fairying, right? And it's completely normal. Normal if you're a fairy, maybe. Mortals risk being lured into an endless dance that will only end with death for the humans. Look, that's how a bunch of people were going to go in Hocus Pocus, and they look like they were having a good time, so I'm fine with that. How does a bird poop in a perfect circle on the side of a car with incredible velocity? This randomly came out of the work printer a while back. Serpent people in New York City. The Brunswick Detective Agency is investigating reports that NYC has been infiltrated by a cabal of serpent people. There's a Twitter account called Arcane BS And this sounds like something directly out of that. Is a coworker, friend, or family member acting strangely? Sorry, I gotta pull out my transatlantic accent for this. It's possible they have been consumed by a serpent person who has assumed their form. How to spot a serpent person. Uncharacteristic affinity for heat. Loathing of cold. Wait, that's me. Recent development of a lisp or excessive sibilance. Deceitful statements. Sudden fury when confronted. Forked tongue, protruding fangs, change in pupils, large gulping bites when eating, all meat diet, sexual well, I'm not doing that. I'm skipping that one. It's not worth the joke. What is a serpent person? Serpent people are extra-dimensional shapeshifters who use hypnosis, impersonation, and murder. Hypnosis, impersonation, murder, to pursue their sinister goals. The resurrection of Apep, god of darkness. The opening of a portal to their dimension. Oh, they're just trying to get home. The enslavement and consumption of all mankind. Well, that's not so nice. That's kind of rude. Serpent people prey on people involved in government, finance, marketing, and law, as they can easily blend in among the dishonest sociopaths of these professions. If you suspect you have found a serpent person, do not confront them. Call the Brunswick Detective Agency at 1415. This number, 415, was the area code for Google Voice in New York, so I'm kind of curious. No case too strange. I want to work here. I want to work for the Brunswick Detective Agency. That sounds amazing. Also, secure your printers. Thanks so much to about 100 dudes who donated their hair to my epic Halloween costume. Sasquatch lives. Woohoo. I hate everything. I hate everything. Interesting use of $20,000. Okay, I've seen this headline. Oh, it's the New York Post. It's a $20,000 fursuit. It's not like surgery. It's not transforming himself. It's a freaking costume. It's an amazing costume. And like I'm a props geek. Like I'm one of the nerds that still watches Adam Savage. So like, I want to know how this thing works because it's amazing and oh my God, how the frack did you design that? And this should be like a practical effect in a movie or something like that. But the dude isn't being transformed. It's freaking costume. 20 grand, which for a custom like this whole degree of custom at that grade is yeah, that's about right. Why do you think movie budgets are as high as they are? Would you put these in your house? No, because I follow that amazing EMT guy, and getting a stretcher up those stairs would basically just kill them. So no, they are called Witch's Steps. It's so evil, can't follow you up. You can find these in old houses on the United States Northeast states in place of the original colonies. People were pretty frackin' stupid in the olden days, huh? Witches can fly, you dumbarts. Well, if they're witches' stairs, I'd assume it's so that evil wouldn't follow you to like influence your spells. I don't know, maybe I'm just misunderstanding it. This was rolled up and taped over a door jamb in friend's apartment. Man, Common Core math is weird. This looks vaguely familiar though. Like, I'm sure I've seen a variation of this script before. I don't know, I have occasional hyperfixation with scripts and runes and sigils and things like that. However, these aren't Norse runes, so I can't read them. Sorry. But, oh, this is an Arabic Fatma's eye to guard off evil eye from a home. Nearly every culture has something similar. Jews with mezuzah, it's the same. This is correct, and it's likely from the previous occupants, not put there while your friend was living there. I've lived in multiple places with a mezuzah, despite never intentionally having one myself. Huh, I'm happy I learned something today. That made up for the last couple posts. Weird pile returning in the corner of my room frequently. Dude, call exterminator or your landlord or something. Actually, I can't even tell. That might be a mold or mildew or something. You got either mold, mildew, termites, or carpenter ants, or something that I don't know enough about. But yeah, that's problems. Why do I feel uncomfortable? I don't know. I'm just amused. This is funny. North American river otter are probably unaware of how semiconductors work. Not with that kind of attitude, they aren't. Was just sent a letter from an unknown address with only a blue crayon on it. Very weird. I would very much like to imagine this was like a kid that accidentally like mailed it to the wrong address. is an LLC though, but the LLC registration should be public. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I don't know why, but this guy looks more of a serial killer than a butcher. Yes, but I mean, also it's, the style. Like, there are so many different ways this could be presented. This is the least flattering. I can give this one a pass. Is it weird to drink Jell-O without letting it set? No, actually. I like to mix the packet in a bottle with hot water and enjoy it like that. No, it's basically Kool-Aid with a thickening agent. Like, I'm not gonna say you're approaching boba. I wouldn't personally enjoy it warm, but I see what you're getting at. Like, I would try that cold. I would try unset Jell-O that's cold. Like that, I would totally try that. Why is my shadow yellow? That doesn't even look like, that looks particulate. That looks like pollen or something. You're so full of piss that when the light passes through you, it reflects yellow. Wait, I want to see what's below that. It's glowing red. Is someone trying to break in? Or are kids playing? Should I be worried? Oh, kids are playing. Like, that's not even close. I am concerned about the angle at which your lock is now sitting. Like, I'd get that replaced if they were trying to smash it or something. But that doesn't even look remotely strong enough to be a turning tool. This just looks like a mess. Somebody got some rigid wire, was like, yeah, we're gonna pick a lock. Some kids were trying to break in. Anyone who knows what they're doing, first was have succeeded, and second, wouldn't have used or left behind that flimsy junk. This is true. Solid answer. I've always said locks are only meant to keep honest people out of your home. This is very, very, very true. Oh my God. They're basically a do not disturb sign that's really hard to ignore. Otherwise, if somebody wants in bad enough, they're getting in. Yeah, there are ways to like delay the picking of a lock, but once you learn like the very basics of lock picking, it's like it's the same thing as learning anything about internet and network security. Like, you just look around and you just go, oh God, nothing's secure. I actually heard somebody say, and I don't know if this is actual, legal stands up in court, but like locks that are incredibly easy to pick, three tumbler locks like on filing cabinets and things like that, aren't really there to secure the documents. They're there to show that the documents were supposed to be secure, and if you break in and steal them, it shows that you had the intent to burglarize or remove them or something like that, so that holds up in court, that proves that they weren't just left open or something like that. But yeah, secure your home with more than just a couple good locks. I personally recommend a fairly big dog and a fairly large stick that goes boom. Am I the only one who thinks that the old governor of Tokyo, Shunichi Suzuki, looks like Elon Musk? You're asking the wrong person. Like, besides my vision, I'm bad at faces. Maybe a little, I don't know. I'm gonna let the comments take this one. I can't tell. Someone knocked on my door and left these outside. That's wild. Yeah, the babies one and stuff like that, I feel like that's just people being lol random. This one seems slightly more threatening, and maybe they got the wrong target, but they also look like mannequins or something from like nail salon windows and stuff like that, so I don't know, it still could have just been people that found something in the trash and decided to just drop it off at a random door. That's not a hate crime. Well, I hated it. We don't know that OP isn't also a chicken, in which case it would be. Suspiciously reassuring pastries. Regular, totally normal Jamaican pastry. Oh, sorry, patty. Whoops. You replace it with your mind. Absolutely no spiders added. This is my kind. Just typical Caribbean fried dough, as expected, with zero spiders, nor their eggs added. They're not added if the dough was made out of spider eggs. This is like a post I made on Twitter a couple weeks ago, just like, today's gender is a suspiciously free donut. The donut in my headcanon was completely safe, but I liked the number of people that were just like, oh dear God, no, what have you done to it? Spiky cunt. Oh, no, I don't like that. No, thank you. Goodbye. My daughter and I spotted this abandoned house on a hike in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you are, the word house is doing a lot of work for this picture, okay? Like, you can see the forest on the other side of the front door. This is a house in the same way that Fallout has quote-unquote houses across the wasteland. Not the ones you can actually go into, like just the husks that are unnamed and just have some loot somewhere in a corner. That is no longer a house. Somebody left this stack of fake money on my car. That is an abduction trick. There's a few variations of it, but like putting money under your door handle or under your windshield wiper or stuff like that. If you see that, do not touch it. Get in your car, lock the doors, call a police non-emergency, or drive away and call a police non-emergency. Somebody else is watching your car, and yeah, no. I found my old Pokeball when I was moving, and I realized when I got my wisdom teeth removed, I stashed them in the Pokeball. Well, what did you do to Charmander? Weird creature that washed ashore after a storm. What the hell? Why are you touching? Don't pick it up. What the? I'm guessing that like this is a part of something else. Like if we're not getting the full picture here. Unknown creepy thing. I'm gonna touch it. Survival instincts. Yeah. I see you're a guy who broke into KFC and raised you, the guy who broke into my local car wash. I think he might be an anarchist. I want to know every detail of this person's life up until the moment they arrived where we find them. There's some stories for sure. I'm sure falling asleep at a frat party was involved. Maybe that was the Catalyst event, but this doesn't look like a lot of, dude went to a lot of frat parties. I'm gonna lean towards underground raves. Weird structure I found on a walk. Oh. It awakens. So, hear me out. We were reading the coffee grounds. Oh, like tea leaves. Okay. And this showed out in my cup. Can anyone see the lizard with the Superman costume? Or I'm just crazy. Oh, yeah, no, I see that. Kind of pulling the shirt apart. That took your suggestion, though, because the first thing I saw was Brontosaurus. I also clearly don't drink coffee correctly because there's not this much stuff left in my cup. This must be like fancy coffee. Had sod with topsoil installed yesterday. Found this today. That's actually really cool. Congratulations! You are now the King of England. Good luck! What do you guys think of this hippo table? Is it good to have, or you find it weird? Nah, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. Abandoned Kmart in the middle of nowhere with no doors. I've seen a few of these where they just bricked up. I think I saw a series that did this too. They just like flat out bricked up the entire thing. That would be so cool to explore. Join a cult. Curious about cults, but afraid of the negativity associated with them? Lucky for you, we created a good one. We are currently looking for new members of all shapes, sizes, and colors. No initiation required. To join, text us your favorite color, and we will add it to our collection. This spider has human face. Well, flamethrowers are illegal. Found this in the mailbox today. Don't have neighbors I don't know. I can't read any of this. I got it really big on a magnified screen. Sorry, I can't hear or see you perfect people anymore. I don't recognize your voices anymore. I realize I do need help before I let go again. And a bunch of ketchup and mustard on the page. Well, I check in on all your neighbors, and if all of them seem fine, I think it's just somebody that's screwing around with you. Okay, I just saw the back. Yeah, no, this is definitely a kid screwing around with you. Crazy tomato in my yard. How many times are we going to subdivide these cells? Yes! A friend was kayaking alone and saw two snow white teddy bears on two sides of a lake in the mud. Aw, that's kind of cute. Any ideas? I can very much see that being two friends playing or like one of the earlier ones, like a memorial to somebody who may have passed away in that lake. Our new ice trays do this every time we use them. That's really cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man. I wonder how the crystals are forming. Does your water have a lot of magnetite or iron in it? And the bridge motor is right above there. I don't know. That's just cool. Why do people have chunky dolls hanging out the window? I've seen some cars with 3 or more dolls hanging out the car, and I just want to know why. Oh, sorry, Chucky. Chunky. Yeah, no, that seems like a road. Like, how is that legal? And like car inspections are still like a thing. Obviously the dolls are trying to kill them. Who did nothing. This farmer couple used silicone to create molds in the shape of their own feet. They then planted turnips using these molds. As the turnips grew, they filled the molds and took on the shape of their feet. That's weird. That's very weird. But good job. I hope you enjoy your turnips, I think. I don't want to know. My granddad's old TV just randomly came to life with a timer. That actually looks like the time, not a timer. I know a lot of TVs will just have a no signal thing, but some brands would try to put like more information from the OSD, the on-screen display, in the no signal screen. Eventually it just became kind of standard to be just a blue screen instead of just screaming static or signal not found, cable connect or check cable. I have never heard of the TV brand Watson. It's a mono TV by the inputs on the front, so it's not super fancy, but this could just be stuff from the OSD. So I just woke up this morning and noticed something sticking out of my exhaust. Like a Barbie doll or something. Is that a Barbie doll? Muffler hair. It's a sound dampener inside your muffler. Oh, totally normal for it to come out when the muffler gets old. You'll have to take the car to a shop to get some exhaust work. I had no idea that was a thing, assuming that reply is serious. I always thought it was just a system of baffles. I have possibly learned 2 things today.